Hello, I'm Dale from GA4 and today I'm going to show you how to recreate the source medium acquisition report in Google Analytics 4. So one of my favourite reports from the old Google Analytics, Universal Analytics, is the source medium acquisition report. It's the report you could find underneath acquisition, all traffic, source medium. And it just very simply breaks down your traffic according to where that traffic has come from, whether it's come from Google or paid search or Twitter or Bing or wherever it is. It shows up campaigns that you've been running. It's a really simple breakdown of where your traffic has come from, how that traffic has performed, how it's engaged with your site, and how it's converted into either newsletter signups or free trials or paying customers. So I'm going to show you how you can recreate the source medium acquisition report in GA4. So for anyone who's been using GA4, you'll be aware that many of the standard pre-bit reports have been stripped back. However, the source medium acquisition reports, which you can find in traffic acquisition under the report section, pretty much still remains intact. Now there are a few differences. So for example, it's breaking down the total sessions according to the source, which I actually find a little bit, I don't like that as much as the original report. It has this bar chart visualization, which I'm absolutely loving. I think bar charts are so clear, and I'm really glad that Google has brought more bar chart visualizations into GA4. And another difference you'll see is that the metrics are slightly different to the ones in Universal Analytics. For example, you'll see that there's no bounce rate anymore like there used to be in Universal Analytics. That's been replaced by things like engagement rates, which is a slightly more sophisticated way of working out whether the sessions on your page are engaging with your content. I'd recommend you check out Google's support site because that really does break down how each of these new metrics are calculated. And as you can see that it's not actually breaking this down by source medium, but by default channel grouping, though that is easy to change back to source medium if you do prefer. But I think I actually prefer this default channel grouping. For me, this is a little bit more user-friendly. So you might be thinking that's fantastic. We still have this pre-bit report which lets us know where our traffic's coming from, and this is the report we're going to be using. Right? Wrong. I think there's a better way to view this information. So what I would recommend you do is go to Edit Comparisons, and then down in the bottom right-hand corner, just hit Explore. And what that's going to do is it's going to take all of this information you were looking at, all this data, and it's going to rebuild the report in Google's Explore section, which is their custom report tool. Now, that saves you all the time of having to rebuild this report yourself in Explore. But what it does do now is it gives you the option to have some flexibility of this report, to be able to edit it, to be able to choose different visualizations, to be able to move filters around. And that gives you a lot more freedom to be able to work with this data in a way that makes sense to you. If you've not used Explore already, effectively the way it works is we create reports, which are called explorations. There's three sections. There's the variables, there's the tab settings, and there's the tabs, which is where the visualization show. The variables is almost like a staging area. I use the analogy of creating an oil painting, where this is almost the area where you queue up your brushes, your oil paints, your pencils, and you have it all to one side. This is all the things you think you're going to need to create your visualizations. So you see we have dimensions, which is the session default channel, and then we have all the metrics we're going to want to use. In order to create the visualization on the right-hand side here, we just move those metrics by literally dragging them into the section here. Now this is already pre-populated, so I don't need to do that. Anything that's included here will display in your visualization over here. So what that means is you can start to edit your report. So for example, we don't have revenue linked to our conversion events. I've always felt that this column is a bit wasted in our source acquisition report. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove that by removing it from the tab settings, and you can see now it's gone. Maybe I want to view my conversions up right against the active users. I can drag that up there, and as you can see, the report has rebuilt and conversions there. So it's giving you a lot more flexibility around how to manipulate that data. As you can see, we have default channel grouping. If we wanted to move that back to source medium, we just need to include another dimension. And we search for source medium, which is here, session source medium. We import that into the staging area, into the variable section, and now we can just replace this row, session default channel, with session source medium. So I'm just going to include that and remove that, and now we've got source medium here. So again, you can see how you've got a lot more flexibility to create this report the way you want to. And on these other tabs, you can see the other visualizations we were looking at before. You've got the bar chart there, and you've got the line charts. So for example, say we don't want to break this down so much, say we just want to look at how many users are coming through, like we did in the old reports, and we can just take away the breakdown there, and it rebuilds the report without that breakdown. One of the other benefits of looking at the report in the exploration is, as you can see, we've now got kind of bar charts across all the metrics in this table. Now, you don't have to have bar charts. You can also have a heat map, or you can just have it as plain text. But I find these visualizations like heat maps and bar charts make it really easy to look at what's going on in what would otherwise be a very hard to parse table just full of black and white figures. So I think that there's also advantages to the visualization side of things as well. And if we go back to our line chart and we expand this out a little bit to get a bit more date range, you can also see that there's this really neat feature called anomaly detection. Now, we're all very used to this line, I think, when we're looking at metrics from Google Analytics, which is basically the shape of a working week. We're a B2B business. We normally see our traffic kind of reduce during Saturday and Sunday and then go up again during the week. And what this is basically doing is it's saying, look, this is fine. This is all within normal parameters. And that's because it's got this anomaly detection feature here. If one of these days was kind of out of the ordinary, it went outside of the control area, then that would show as an anomaly. So I'm finding visualization features like the anomaly detection just a really easy way to look at data and basically be able to judge whether that data is behaving in a normal way or whether there's any anomalies there I need to investigate. As we can see here, there are no anomalies, so that's fantastic, but that would otherwise show. Now, I'm finding that there are some downsides to GA4. As an analysis tool, an analytics tool, a data visualization tool, it's absolutely fantastic. It's so powerful, it's so easy to see what's going on. But as a data communication tool, it's a little bit less effective. So if I was to send this exploration to one of my team members, it would be a lot harder for them to understand immediately what's going on. For a start, they need to click between these forms. They're looking at tables, and it's not immediately clear which are the most important metrics here. It's not immediately clear what our goals are within this set of data and how well we're achieving those goals. So you might want to look at also using, in conjunction with GA4, some kind of custom dashboard tool. Now, I'd recommend Geckoboard as a fantastic dashboard tool that works brilliantly for data communication alongside your GA4 data. Geckoboard makes it easy to build custom, live GA4 dashboards that let your team know exactly what's going on. You can include goals, you can include status indicators as a way of providing context to the data. So instead of needing your team to kind of go into GA4 and analyze the data to see if there's anything they need to take action on, they can see that very, very clearly on your Geckoboard dashboard. So if you're interested, please do go and take a look at geckoboard.com, sign up for a free trial, connect it to your GA4 data. It takes no time at all. And also Geckoboard connects with 80 other data sources. So you can display your GA4 data alongside your Zendesk data, your Shopify data, your Google Sheets data if you want to. And it means you can present a complete picture of your metrics and KPIs to your team. And so that's geckoboard.com. And if you've got any questions at all, leave those in comments and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Take care now.